Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So you know how Thanksgiving, there's always that person that brings the over-the-top pie recipe, the one that everybody can't stop talking about for weeks after. So if you want to be that person this year, you must make my peanut butter pie with a chocolate cookie crust, chocolate ganache, buttered toffee peanuts, and of course, some homemade whipped cream on top. So you first want to begin with just some plain chocolate cookie wafers. I like these because they don't have any filling in it and it's really easy to make cookie crust with. In the States, you typically find them in the ice cream aisle or those little ice cream end cap where you find the sprinkles and the ice cream cones. They're usually right there. If you can't find the plain wafers, you can also use Oreo cookies. Just scrape out the filling. All right, so we are using 7 ounces, which is basically 33 cookies. So I took the time to count them for you because it always bugged me how many were 7 ounces. So now we know it's 33 cookies. In they go. Okay, so we're gonna process this up. Then once they get to be like kind of a rough crumb, go ahead and add 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay, and then give that a pulse. So basically what you're looking for is for that cookie crumb to adhere together when you pinch it. Then you know it's good to go. It will also set up a bit more in the oven when we bake it. All right, then I have a metal pie plate here that I am going to spray with just a little bit of baking spray, just so that when the cookies bake on, they don't stick to the bottom and it's easy to cut out nice clean slices. Then you can go ahead and just pour your cookie crumbs into the tin and then go ahead and give it a shake just to make sure it's level. And then you're gonna go in with your fist and do like a little fist bumping motion all the way around the pie, bringing that crust up. And you just kind of want to bring it up to where the rim is. This is just step 1. So don't worry if you're taking too much from the middle, that's okay. The point right now is just to get a good crust going. Then at this stage, go ahead and get yourself a measuring cup. I like the metal ones because they have a little bit more weight to them, and just tamp down the crumbs to create a nice flat surface. That wasn't hard, right? Okay, 375 for 10 minutes. Okay, now for the filling. So since it's a peanut butter pie, you really want to make sure that you're using high quality peanut butter because you're going to get the best flavor. And really the only ingredients that should be in peanut butter are peanuts. That's it. If you can find a peanut butter that says lightly roasted, that's also a good peanut butter to buy because a lot of the flavor of the peanuts have just been accentuated with the roasting. But I like to choose the crunchy peanut butter because I like the little bits of peanuts in the pie just for another texture. But you absolutely could use creamy peanut butter too. I just wouldn't use salted peanut butter, so definitely look for no salted. You'll need 1 cup of the peanut butter, 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese, or you could use cream cheese, 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Go ahead and beat that up until combined and then transfer it to a bowl. Okay, now for the whipped cream part. So I have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You're also gonna add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then you just wanna beat this on high until stiff peaks form. So your cream should look like this when it's done. Actually hold the peak. This is gonna get you the best texture on your pie as well as your decorative whipped cream dollops on top. So to lighten this mixture, we're going to take a 1/2 cup measuring cup and basically get yourself a good dollop of whipped cream, just like this, and we're going to pop it in here. And you want to do that 3 times, just because I think it's easier to fold something light like whipped cream into something heavy, like this peanut butter mixture, if you do it in stages. If we put half the whipped cream in there just to begin with, it can be harder, I think, to just combine it and make sure that you're not losing any volume. And make sure you get your spatula under the mixture because a lot of times that's where the heaviest part of the mixture hides. So now we have our cookie crust, which is all baked and cooled. And then I'm gonna add this mixture into the crust. And it doesn't have to look pretty at this stage because we've got all kinds of stuff going on top of this. So it's just a matter of filling it and making sure it's roughly even. Look at that. Ooh, I can smell the peanut butter. It's really delicious. I don't know, I feel like this is probably a very American dessert. Sorry for all my international subscribers. I know just from my French husband, every time I mention the word peanut butter, he's sort of like, ooh, I don't know, is it our Vegemite? Do people like peanut butter in other parts of the world? I think it's delicious, but I grew up on it, so it's really a good combination with chocolate. You see a lot of candy in the States that's peanut butter and chocolate. It's popular for Halloween and also Thanksgiving. Then you want to take a pastry bag and fit it with your favorite star tip. And we are going to put the rest of the whipped cream in here. And this is what we're going to use to decorate the top of the pie. See, so it's kind of like you make whipped cream once and you use it 2 places, which I love. And I find it is easiest to fill a pastry bag when you fold it in half like this and then take your whipped cream and kind of place it in. Otherwise, what happens if you don't fold it back, you start to get whipped cream all over the outside of the bag and the inside, and it kind of turns into a big mess. See, and then for any of you newcomers, you take the whipped cream and put it in the bag, and the bag sort of works to kind of squeeze it off your spatula there. Squeeze all the air out of it. Make sure you have a nice tight seal, so that's good. Give it a twist, and one thing I like to do before I work with it, I'm going to use it in a minute, but I like to just put it like in a big coffee mug like this, something tall, just so it can stand upright. Something like that. All right, then for the chocolate ganache, you're going to take a half a cup of heavy cream, and then we're going to heat it on the cooktop until it's nice and hot. Then once it starts to simmer and look foamy, you can add 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And you can even turn your flame off and stir this mixture. And at first it's just gonna look like chocolate milk and it'll look like it's not coming together, but eventually those chocolate chips will melt and it'll become this smooth, creamy, delicious chocolate ganache. So while our chocolate ganache is cooling, I can show you what we're gonna do with these peanuts. So I found these at the grocery store. They are buttered toffee peanuts. They look like this. I found them in the nut aisle, but they might also exist in the candy aisle. And basically what it is just sort of like caramelized candied peanuts, which saves you a step from having to actually do that yourself. Now, you could also just use plain peanuts. I would make sure that they're unsalted. They could be roasted, that's fine. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons worth and put them in a plastic bag. And what's nice is if you've sealed the bag well, it keeps all the mess in the bag, not on your countertops. All right, here we go. I like to keep it kind of chunky, so you don't want to like pulverize them, but you do want to give them a good whack. We are almost in the home stretch, believe it or not. This pie is going to come together in seconds. We've got our pie, we've got our ganache, we've got our peanuts, and let's not forget our whipped cream. Here it is. Now you don't want to wait too long with this chocolate ganache because it will harden back up and make it harder to spread, but just so that it's not like screaming hot. It's pretty forgiving with the peanut butter because that's so thick. So you really can just pour it on top. So we are going to just make a little puddle here. And then you want to take a spoon, the back of a spoon, and just spread it around. You could also use an offset spatula, but I find a spoon will do the trick as well. The thing that I love about this pie is it's very forgiving. So it may not look like much now, but wait, we're gonna gussy it up. You're gonna put your crushed peanuts on top, just like that, and they will stick to the ganache, which is so nice. Okay, now for the real show-stopping moment, the whipped cream. So you're just gonna do little dollops right along the edge there, and that will hide any seams from the crust to the ganache. I like to do one in the center too. Okay, now the finishing touch is just a little bit of chocolate grated over the top. Then you want to refrigerate it for at least 4 to 5 hours before serving. Overnight is even better. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think, and I'll see you back here next week with another Thanksgiving recipe. Until then, bye.